Right, guys. Um, yeah, we're gonna call this one like pillow talking, right? Now, you know, like what I'm about to say here is like what sometimes I talk and it's just for like public consumption. It's like something that you can work out, something that I don't feel is too private, even though sometimes it may be. I don't know, right? But what I'm saying here right now is reserved for um, my wife or a long-term partner, girlfriend, or like just like a long-term friend, but more like my wife. Yeah, I would definitely point it towards. Yeah, but like you might see me like on the internet cracking jokes, dancing, singing, playing the fool, and all that type of thing, right? um you know, and playing the Joker, right? And I feel I'm a bit of a comedian at heart. Everyone likes to think they're funny, but I think I can be funny at times, yeah. But, like, sometimes, like, you might enter different communities that have different customs and different, sort of ways of greeting and respect and all that sort of stuff. And I'm extremely mindful of that sort of thing, extremely before it even comes, and I'm analytical about it, right? And one thing for me that is very, very, very important, yeah, is how potentially my wife or whoever would look in their community if they're with me, you know? Like, that there is golden and precious and to be protected at all costs. So, like, that's something you guys might run around and try and get Mark to do this and do that, but if that there is touched or they're upset about something regarding my behavior or something I've said or something I do, like literally, like my wife could make me leave my job and go into a new career if it looks good for her, right? I'd have 50 boxing matches in the next year if it looks good for her, right? Like, I'm very, 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 very mindful of how they may look or how their image is perceived. So if anything that I'm doing isn't in line or correct for them or makes them feel uncomfortable, I'm just extremely mindful of that. Extremely mindful of that. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather myself look bad and something be deflected onto me than onto anyone that is like my wife or my long-term partner, you know? So just to say, like, I am a joker, I am a comedian, but if it's at the cost or the butt or the expense of like my wife or partner, it stops right there and I'm deadly serious. So yeah, I'll play the joke and you'll see me smiling because I've got that kind of carefree, like I'm not paying attention, sort of aloof, away with the fairies kind of persona. And I suppose sometimes a lot of intelligent people have that type of persona too, where they act like they're not really there, and maybe they are, maybe they're not, I don't know. But, like, how you look or how my partner or whoever looks in their community for socializing with me or being out with me, even just a long-term friend, I'm very, 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 very extremely mindful of that. And I respect that, like more than ever is all I can say. Do you know what I mean? It's really, really serious. So if something I'm doing isn't right or whatever, I'll put some notes on the internet or they need me to change my job, whatever it is, man, it's done. It's done, like, do you know what I mean? That is more important to me than anything, especially with certain things I've gone through in life, you know? So just to say, like, man, like, once I'm one of them guys, I'm quite like, they don't like to say it, but I'm quite like, once you tell me and I listen, I adapt, and like, but I'm not just going to adapt for like some woman that I don't even know walking down the street recommending that I should do something. No, but if it's my wife or something like that and she asks me to do something or say something or act a certain way, because a community might take it in a certain way, then it's done, man. I'm just saying. And that's me. It doesn't matter where I am now, man. I'm very mindful of protecting the image of my potential partner, wife, if it ever happens or not or whatever. I mean, very, 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 very mindful, man. Serious business. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I was gonna give a couple examples. I'm not gonna go into it, And just one last thing. So it's about 3 a.m. I'm tired. Yeah, like you know, like yeah, I've been bumping to a few different people from different communities and stuff like that. Yeah, right. And sometimes I'm like, don't leave me hanging, because I said what I say. I say what I said, man. I'm really serious. There's no gimmick thing, right? But then at the same time, if one guy sort of comes to me, that's just one guy. Like you have to all come like in a gang sort of in a positive way. Do you know what I mean? Because then like it dissipates if one guy sort of like brushes shoulders with you. That's all good, but then he needs a bit of support. I need a bit of support, man. So that's the kind of help I need. I'm not gonna go into it, man, but like yeah, sometimes you've got to gang up in a positive way. Do you know what I mean? And do you know what I mean? Some of the things I've said, man, about likes, dislikes, and all that sort of stuff, man, I was just from the heart, man. Just like when people constrict me, start telling me like I can't do something, I just come out and say what it is I really want to do, man, and take the risk of almost being cut off sometimes, man. Because some of the things I've said is like, I'm like, Mark, man, that is isolating you, man. You don't need to say that at this stage. Keep that idea to yourself. Keep that thought to yourself. Keep that opinion to yourself. But then I'm like, nah, man. When you say that, man, you're living your truth. You're living what's in your mind, you know? And at the end of the day, man, my one of my core principles, man, and this is what I love about England. England's at least trying this. And a lot of people might say England's gone and like done all this badness around the world and all that sort of stuff. But one thing they are trying to do is allow all these different races, all these different people to live their life to the fullest and do exactly what it is they want to do. And they're trying to cater for everybody. Like, do you know what I mean? And I respect that about this place. That's one thing I do respect about England. There's no other country in the world, apart from maybe, even, yeah, you might say America, there's no other country in the world where you can have all these different races, all these different cultures, all these different virtues, all living under one. And they're at least trying to cater for it. So that's to be respected, man. Do you know what I mean? And what I was just going on to what I was trying to say is like, yeah, man, it's a core principle for me for someone like to let out their feelings. And as long as you're not harming anyone, like, I don't care what anybody does. As long as they're not affecting me, I like someone to feel free to do what they want to do, say what they want to say. I don't like nobody in this world to not be able to do what they don't want to do. Do you know what I mean? It's the biggest crime that humanity has carried out against each other. Do you know what I mean? So many of us are living with like suppression. Do you know what I mean? In some way, shape, or form. We can't do exactly what it is we want to do. And it doesn't even harm anyone, but because of the perception and the image of what goes around, we're suppressed in some way, shape, or form, you know? But then that's going to contradict what I was saying before, because like, out of love, if my partner says like, I don't want you to drive a taxi, I don't want you to do this, I don't want you to do that, whatever, do you know what, like, we'll have a ding dong or whatever. And if it comes to the fact that we come like, yeah, that's what you have to do, then it's done, man. It is done, trust me, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but anyway, I hope this message reaches you well. Went on a bit too long because I was trying to be a bit more short and sharp with it. But yeah, like whichever like people I step to or whatever, them and whomever's around them, man, you're highly respected and your image means the world to me. One.